Challenger.
Hey, Prince Runner here, and thank you for dropping by. Would you like to know which group of people I hate the most? It would be anti-vaxxers. Those lot are the lowest of the low. Now, I'm not going to hamper on about vaccine or the misconception. I will call Andrew Wakefield an a-hole just this once. I will, however, link my previous videos on vaccine down in description just in case you want to check it out. Did you ever want to be a superhero? Getting vaccinated is one really easy step. You'd be then protecting your fellow human beings without even raising a single finger. It doesn't get any easier than that. Oh, as a side note, you also protect yourself. This video is mostly on the death certificate of Tiffany Dover that is going around the web and pointing out some problems with it. There is a timestamp on screen just in case you want to skip the following intro. You wouldn't miss much. While debunking junk science, one of my favorite targets is a group Flat Earther. Yes, even at this day and age, when you have known the shape of Earth for over 2,500 years, there are some who actually think Earth is flat. As expected from that group, they're either extremely stupid or just trolling. I'm not sure which lot I dislike more. No, that's not correct. I dislike the pose more. Watching them is like watching a competition where each is trying to outdo the other on being stupid. One of the champions, the very best, is one called Anthony Rieley, or known as Sleeping Warrior. Just to give you an example of his mental acumen, he tries to debunk globe by using trigonometry, and yet cannot tell the angles of an equilateral triangle. Had to use a triangle calculator and, this part is important, comes to the conclusion that either the calculator is wrong or the question is wrong. Was that intro necessary? Well, only the last bit, but I had fun. So Anthony, a couple of days ago, had posted a video which has been removed by YouTube. Crux of the matter was Tiffany Dover, a nurse manager in Chattanooga, Tennessee, who fainted after receiving her first dose of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine on Thursday, 17th of December. We will soon see Anthony claiming that he was raising awareness, which we will soon see as a lie. I personally got the impression that he was making a claim and suggesting people not to take the vaccine. One of the YouTubers I'm subscribed to and do enjoy his banter. Well, he has to be a barman, right? Sarcastic Barman did an amazing job showing the Facebook post Anthony had based his entire video on, and that the post predates the actual event while being very generous with the time zone difference. We will soon see part of the video in Anthony's, but link to original is in the description. Another YouTuber, the best est, hey, I think is grammatically incorrect as well, but that is an inside joke. Let me present Glober Mom to you. I have to thank her to introducing me to barman as well. So if I ever get alcohol poisoning, you know who to blame. Oops, I was using Anthony's logic there. Newsflash to my brain. Post hoc, I go prepter hoc. Well, Glober Mom did a video with maybe the same take I had. That link is also in description. In all honesty, I could have cut that whole part out. Then the video would be 3 minutes shorter. But at the same time, I want to show Anthony either being truly stupid or just evil, advocating against vaccine without any knowledge in any of the field he's talking about. If I can get one such anti-vaxxers to stop spouting garbage, or get some others who follows Anthony to understand that at least this hoax is a hoax, that is a good days of work as a superhero.
A couple of days ago I posted a video raising awareness of the possibility that there might be a cover-up with regards to the possibility that a nurse may have been killed unintentionally through the vaccination programme, and it might be getting buried.
Well, lucky for you then, Anthony, that I do have part of your video thanks to Barman. So let's play that part, shall we?
But the fact remains that she took the injection, short time later she fainted, a few hours later she died. Now, 42 she is, Caucasian female. She dies 8 to 10 hours after the vaccine. Now, let's think about this scientifically. Observed phenomena, healthy 42-year-old female. Hypothesis. If this injection is safe, she could be injected and she will not suffer any adverse reactions.
Anthony, do you notice that you say the fact remains with 3 separate events: injection, faint, and death? So you obviously at that point believed all that. So there is no possibility in your mind. You started with those 3 events being fact. Thus, you're lying again here. The rest is just conspiracy theories.
And I'm going to reassert my position. It appears that this Tiffany Dover lady has actually died, and I'm going to show you for why.
Hey Mary, that was a Freudian slip. Anthony, when you say reassert, that re in front of assert means you're doubling down. As I've already shown on your earlier clip that you stated the death as fact. Here you're reasserting it.
But now what I want to do, I want to demonstrate that his Facebook post that he relies upon is not the same post that I presented, which I'm not really going to offer any explanation for.
Of course not. So let me explain for fans of yours who might just be watching this video. We need to address the time difference. Simply put, if I view a post on Facebook, I'm assuming I would see my current time. So if the post happened to be from someone writing at evening, basking in the sun, and I'm viewing it at midnight, the post sarcastic barman looked at is 15th December 23:36. We will change everything to a standard like UTC. Let's assume this screenshot is captured at the most time difference from any UTC position. Now, 2 positions sitting on opposite side from international date line is the only place where it is the maximum difference of a day. So if we extend that courtesy to this screenshot, it is then at 16th of December 23:36 UTC. Now nurse Tiffany Dover got her shot on the 17th in Chattanooga. I couldn't find the exact time, but it doesn't matter. At 1st of November 2020, daylight saving time ended. So since then to now, the time difference is 5 hours behind UTC. So just suppose she took her shot at the very first moment of 17th, as in at midnight, when it is 0 AM, 0 minute, 1 second. What time is it in UTC? Oh, why? It would be 5 AM, 17th. Do you see how even with the screenshot having the handicap, the vaccine was taken after the post? Jeez. Next, Anthony's screenshot is word by word match of Barman's post. Now, either sarcastic Barman's shot is the earlier one or Anthony's one is. Well, if it is Anthony's, then the post now predates the actual vaccine even more. Suppose both screenshots are also repost. Oh dear. Does the predating get any worse?
But what I can tell you is that there is a post-vaccination death and a perceived cover-up, which is the point. So I don't really accept this evidence as proving anything because it appears to be a screenshot.
Now you're backtracking, just like you tried before. On your first video, you already claimed the death as a fact.
Now, what we can say is that somebody did die, because that's the claim. So if we accept that somebody seems to have died, the question then is, who is it? Now, this could be Casey Mayer, somebody else that's a third party that's nothing to do with this. Or it could be referring to the lady in question. The timelines are difficult because of the time zones. so it's difficult to know exactly what time zones these are all relating to. But it doesn't change the fact that somebody's dead.
Wait, what? This is the reason why Anthony never should try anything relating to science or math. First, a claim is made. Second, you accept that claim. Finally, you say that is now a fact. Why does this sound extremely like all your flat earth videos? Now, Anthony basically looks around for Tiffany Dover on various platforms. What do you think one would find? My guess would be, many people upload based on current trend. If there is a hot topic, then there would be some covering it. If it is a name, I would expect channels matching the name. One purposefully doing so would also try to upload correct clips. Why? Well, view counts. A lot of them might be new, some would even be older account. It all depends on how that YouTuber manages it. Are they there to deceive the viewer? Well, I would say that is a side effect. On a hot topic, they might have the clip that shows the full video. Then they are not deceiving their viewers anymore. But they still got their original goal. Or is it more likely the media is covering it up and after exhausting all their resources, keeping it off all the mainstream media, and then just pass this task to a junior intern who couldn't be bothered and created a new YouTube account? Then we see another guy covering the whole thing. I mean, searching for this name on different platforms. Dear Lord, do you know how many Rana Hussein is there on YouTube? I couldn't bloody find myself. Anyway, Anthony's take is, all this proves that there is a massive cover-up. Why else should she be absent from all social media, where she was checking in once a day before? Hold on to that thought, please. For those who jumped, here we are looking at a video presenting death certificate for Tiffany Dover.
So yeah, we have registered nurse CHI Memorial Foundation, lives in Higdon, Alabama, right? Her Facebook page. So if we go to this website, which is searchquarry.com, it's a public records website, and we can search for first name Tiffany, surname Dover, and select a death certificate and search all states, and we hit search. We get some results, which we shall see in a second. Right, so you got name, age, location, and relatives, which is important. So she was 30 years old, according to the news media websites and reports and stuff. Right, so yeah, we find Tiffany Dover, age 30, living in, which is her age, Higdon, Alabama.
Really? Okay, well, yes, the name and age match. But you are looking at Higdon, where the event happened in Chattanooga. One is in Alabama state, where Chattanooga is in Tennessee. When someone dies, the death must be registered with the local or state vital records office within 10 days. Note that local or state. So for the actual event, the search needs to be for Chattanooga, Tennessee. I have found several Facebook images with the same search and result. Every single one is pointing to the same person in a different state. Of course, Anthony's takeaway is she is dead, otherwise she would have better social media presence, and so on. A lot of comment had the same suggestion. Why wouldn't they put her in front of a camera? My reply was, knowing you lot, you'd claim that it is an actress. The media is covering it up. Her husband is actually lying because he's saying that the actress is his wife. So on and on. Then let's say we do it every time you make such a claim. Suppose we have a teleportation device and we can get everyone to our stage immediately with makeup on. 1 minute of them saying stuff would be okay, right? Maybe holding today's newspaper. Guess what? After going with your nonsense for only 1,440 names, we can't possibly go anymore in a day. Then we would still be ignoring all your other claims, and there would be no time for actual news. Imagine how that would be like. Well, on 21st, the CHI Memorial Hospital, Tennessee, shared a video on social media showing Tiffany surrounded by fellow nurses and medical staff. In the 20-second clip, she stands at the front of a group of 20 staff wearing a white tabard with her hospital ID pinned to it. A woman next to her holds a sign reading "Nurse Leadership Supports Tiffany" with the date printed at the bottom, 12/21/20. The video was accompanied by the message, "We are pleased to share Tiffany Dover is doing well." Here is a short video of her today surrounded by her colleagues who all support her. Colleagues in the video surrounded Dover in support as others held signs saying, "Nurse leadership vaccinated together, we got the shot and we're vaccinated against COVID-19. Link to the article and video is down in description. Now let me guess. Actress. Why else would she be wearing the mask? Or maybe this was taken before and they planned it to release on that day. This is all about her death certificate. I will quickly give you my take on absence. I'll be honest, I didn't snoop around social media to find her. I will just talk about some ideas just to let it hang out there. If I do a search and find a death certificate with my name and address, I would be amused, and I will just confirm with my local authority just in case they have their records mixed up. For some, I can imagine it to be a visceral experience. I'm not saying that they would think they are dead. No, it is more a realization that one day I will die. One day you will die. This is not something we feel every day. It might give one a slight pause in their life, thinking over the life choices and what they can do differently. It is a three-ghost Christmas. I contend most people affected that way. Only the crazy ones would be, "Let me get on social media now." Well, that's all. I do encourage you to check the links in description where it talks about the number of case studies regarding the FDA finding no serious side effects in the tens of thousands enrolled in studies of the two vaccines. If you have enjoyed it, please consider liking, comment and share it around. It does help with the algorithm. And if you want to be super awesome, maybe subscribe to see more of my contents. That would be thoroughly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. Wherever you are, have a safe day. Signing off.